My neighbor served me papers over a fence she claimed was hers, so I served her a reality check. Karen conquered our property line like a medieval lord claiming territory, showed up uninvited, pointed at the fence, and declared it hers. She moved in 6 months ago and immediately decided our shared fence was her personal property. She started with friendly suggestions about splitting repair costs while insisting she owned it outright. Classic Karen logic. When I pointed out that shared fences are, by definition, shared, she laughed and said, "Not according to my property papers." She never showed me these papers, but started hanging "Private property, do not touch" signs facing my yard. Then came the security cameras to monitor her fence. My yard, our fence, her delusion. She'd remove my hanging planters every Sunday claiming they were damaging her property, and when I rehung them, she'd call the police about property destruction. I'd been keeping the peace for Karen's sake, but she was about to cross a line she couldn't uncross. I woke up to find Karen painting her side of the fence prison gray without any consultation. She was standing on my lawn to reach the top, dripping paint on my grass. When I confronted her, she served me with small claims court papers right there, paint roller still in hand. "I'm suing you for 3 years of fence maintenance," she announced. "My lawyer says since I have documentation proving it's mine, you owe me $3,500. She actually smiled while destroying my lawn. "Maybe this will teach you to respect property boundaries." That's when I realized Karen wasn't just a nightmare neighbor. She genuinely believed she could rewrite property law through sheer determination. Perfect. If she wanted to prove the fence was hers, I was going to help her do exactly that. That night, I dove deep into property law instead of sleeping. I spent hours poring over county records, plot maps, and aerial photographs from the past decade. The original survey from 1987 was barely legible, but I could make out the measurements. Cross-referenced it with the permit for the fence installation in 1995. That's when I found it, a discrepancy in the numbers. The fence wasn't on the property line at all. I called 3 surveyors for quotes, then visited a lawyer who specialized in boundary disputes and adverse possession. He laughed when I explained my discovery. 7 years of open, notorious use, he said, pulling up the statute. "She's been letting you use her land this whole time." We strategized for 2 hours. The key was letting Karen think she was winning until the trap snapped shut. I practiced my concerned neighbor act in the mirror, even prepared a fake folder of evidence supporting her claim to wave around at mediation. 2 weeks later, we met at the mediator's office. I shocked everyone by enthusiastically agreeing to the survey. "Karen's absolutely right," I said, pulling out my checkbook. "Let's settle this properly. I'll pay half." Karen practically glowed, nudging her lawyer and mouthing, "I told you so." The survey happened that Tuesday. Karen showed up wearing heels and a blazer like she was collecting an award. She directed the surveyor around like he worked for her, snapping photos of every measurement, documenting each flag placement in her leather notebook. "I want this done right," she announced to no one in particular. The results confirmed it. The fence sat entirely on Karen's property, 2.5 feet inside her line. Karen erupted. She clapped. She laughed. She actually did a little victory dance in her designer heels. "It's mine! Completely mine!" She waved the survey results like a winning lottery ticket. That's when my lawyer emerged from his car. "Congratulations," he said calmly. "You've just proven your neighbor has been using your land for 6 years. 1 more year makes it theirs through adverse possession." Karen's victory dance stopped mid-spin. The survey papers fluttered from her hands. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. She lunged for the documents my lawyer held, but he stepped back. Her face went from red to white to red again. She grabbed the surveyor's arm. "Tell him he's wrong!" The surveyor shrugged and packed up his equipment. Karen spun to her lawyer, who was already flipping through statute books, his face grim. She stomped her heel so hard it stuck in the grass, had to yank it free. The only way to save her property? Sign the shared fence agreement. Karen's signature looked like a dying spider had crawled across the page. Now Karen can't even look at the fence without flinching.